Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to discuss how we can create API call in SwiftUI and also in MVVM. We have created a MVVM in our previous video. If you don't watch that video, please watch that before. So let's start with that API call. So first of all, there are multiple things that we needed. Let's uh, start with the view. We have a view, appetizer view. We need a view model class for that. That is the second class for that. The third one is appetizer model, where we are creating a model all the variables that we need when we are getting the API call. And the last thing is network manager class, where we are calling the API. So these four things are required to create a complete API call using MVVM. So let's start with the network manager first, and then we will move forward to the other steps as well. So for that we have to create a class network manager. So after creating the class, we need uh, a variables. So first of all, we need a static variable uh, that we are not changing, which is a shared equals network manager. Okay. The next one we need a base URL. We are going to use the base URL, and the third one, which is appetizer URL. So these three variables we need to start. We are making this one is private as well. Also, we need to initialize the class uh, with a constructor, and after that we need a function, the function which are going to call the API using base URL and the appetizer URL, which is the extended link. Like if we are using the login, we just have to put /login here, and the base URL is same for all APIs. Okay, so we are going to create a function for that. Get appetizer list, and this one function we need for that. Okay, so now we are going to discuss which parameters we have to send to call the API. Okay, so here in the parameters we need a completed, and for this we are using at escaping. Uh, this keyword is used for the API call. So let's say when we write those parameters, it didn't just have a value when we call the function. It have the value when API call ends and it returns some result or the error. So for that we need this escaping keyword. So here we are using result, and in result we need two parameters. One is if the API is success, and the other one is error. So for that we need two parameters in this as well. So the first parameter will be the array of appetizers, which we didn't created yet, and the second one is AP error. So that's the error which will return back when API calls and return an error, any error for that. Okay, so these are the result that is getting from the API call, and if the error happen, it will goes to the error, and if it will returns the appetizer list, it will just go to that appetizers. So these are the parameters that we needed from uh, that function. So let's start working on the main functionality. So first of all, we have to uh, review. Let's say we didn't put any URL here. So for that, if user is not sending any valid URL or any URL for that, it needs to not call the API. It has to return the function from here. So for that, we have to use a guard statement for that, which we have used in the previous video as well. So for that, we have to use guard let URL equals to base URL URL plus appetizer URL. Okay, so sorry, I have to use the valid thing here. So we have to check base plus appetizer URL is a valid URL to call the API. So if it's present and it's there, so it will check that, otherwise it will return that thing. Don't have to call the API for that. So that is the first check we have to put.
Uh, Also, we just have to replace that from here to here because we don't use a static URL from there. Also, we have to uh, just convert that to URL. So to check the URL is valid or not. Okay. So here you go. We have a URL which is appetizer URL. It will check that URL. If it's a valid URL, it will go to the next lines, and if it's not a valid URL, it will not go to the next line. It will just return that. Also, we have to just use the complete statement as well here. Okay. So for that we have to create these two model classes as well. So we will check the if it's a error or it have success or something like that. So for that we have to for error we have to create an other general error class. So let's create a new class for that, which is AP error, which we name it for that, and we are just using struct error. We don't need a class here, we need enum function for that. So case invalid URL and other cases as well. We will do that thing later, but for now we just have to use that, and here we will pass dot invalid URL. Invalid URL. Okay, so here you see how we can uh, pass that thing to here. So we will have to resolve those issues first, then we will move forward for that. So here you can see that a AP error issue is resolved because we have created a enum for that already. So next thing we have to create a model for appetizer as well.